Yes. Oh, fuck yes. I finally get to review it. What is up? Your host, Tyler, is back with another video of the year 2006. And finally, I get to review Final Resolution 2006. This is my only TNA preview I ever saw when it first aired. I finally get to review a TNA preview, not a WCW shitty pay-per-view. Anyways, Final Resolution took place on January 15th in the Impact Zone in Orlando, Florida. Oh, it so brings back so many nostalgias as a little boy. This is a really good show. There were some two things, but looking back now, it's not WCW shitty booking, but anyways. The main card, let me tell you about what's. The main event at Final Resolution was a tag team match team putting the team of Christian Cage and Sting against the team of Jeff Jarrett and Monty Brown. The background to the match began at the TNA Genesis pay-per-view event on November 13th, when Christian Cage made his debut and premiered to win the NWA World Heavyweight Championship held by Jarrett. TNA above a major announcement took place at their previous pay-per-view, Turning Point, on December 11th. They announced they were acquiring of Sting, a new signed wrestler to the TNA roster. Cage went to defeat Brown at Turning Point, become the number one contender to the title. This match was announced on the December 31st episode of TNA's television program Impact, where, yes, the build-up, of course. Jarrett saying, he wants to have his own tribute to this thing where you have Eric on the team dressed up as servicing. I think it was Chris Harris who dressed up like Crow Singing, and then Mike Brown dressed up like we'll see singing. Oh my god, that was great. And then Christian Cage said, "Let me get the tails," and then Team 3D comes out, and then Abyss, and then Rhino, and yeah. And the other bigger feuds, let me talk about. The X Division title was defended at Final Resolution. By then, champion Samoa Joe against the challenger Christopher Daniels. This rivalry started at TNA Sacrifice on August 14th, when Joe won the 2005 Super X Cup tournament. Another show you can watch in 2005. To become the number one contender to the TNA X Division champion held by Daniels, Joe went to compete against AJ Styles and Daniels in a three-match at TNA Unbreakable. Another review you can go and check out, which Style won to become the new champion. At Genesis, Joe and Daniels competed in a 4-on-4 tag team elimination X match, where Joe and Daniels team won. After the match, Joe attacked and injured Daniels, then sidelined him in the storyline. Joe went to defeat Styles at Turning Point. Another show you can go back and watch in my 2005 year in review series. Okay. After the match, Joe attacked Styles and attempt to injure Styles in manner similar to the way he injured Daniels at this time. Daniels returned from injury to save Styles from the attack. TNA promoted this match at Final Resolution on January 7, 2006 episode of January 7, 2006 episode of Impact. Yeah, the whole concussion angle. Yeah. And now let's get to the tag titles. The NWA tag titles were defended by then champions America's Most Wanted, Chris Harris and James Storm, against Team 3D at the event. The storyline began on the October 8th, 2005 episode of Impact, when ANW and Jeff Jarrett assaulted Team 3D. They put them left in a covered in blood. Afterwards, Team 3D was not seemed due to script injury. Jarrett, AMW, and Team Canada host. Okay. Segment by burying Team 3D's career on the October 15 episode Impact. Team 3D made their return from injury at TNA's Bound for Glory. You're gonna, you already know I reviewed that show. Attacking Jarrett, AMW. At Genesis, Team 3D and Rhino defeated AMW and Jarrett in a 6-man tag match. At Turning Point, Team 3D defeated AMW in a tag team table elimination match. Team 3D advertised versus the TNA advertised Team 3D versus AMW for the tag team to take place at Final Resolution. And let's talk about the last thing. Now, this year was a phenomenal year, but there's one thing I did not like from continuing to 05 to here. The Raven and Larry Zbyszko feud. Raven and the NWA Championship Committee member Larry Zbyszko were involved in a rivalry heading into Final Resolution. At Bound for Glory, Raven requested an NWA World Heavyweight Championship match, but was declined by Zbyszko. This led Raven assaulting him before ejecting him from the arena by security. In the storyline at Genesis, Zbyszko offered Raven the chance to be released from his contract, as this was what Zbyszko wanted in storyline. Raven declined the offer and tried to attack Zbyszko once again. Instead, Zbyszko forced Raven to face PJ Pelago. AK That's Incredible. In the match which Raven won, this led the Impact before, like 2 weeks before 2025, he had to face the entire Diamonds Are Rough in a House of Fun match, which was basically a handicap match, basically. But he did fight hard, but he didn't win anyways. It's like the turning point where Raven once again was declared declined an offer to be released. So Zbyszko then revealed Chris Canyon, basically, as Raven's opponent. On that night, Raven was victorious. This encounter on December 17th, 2005 episode Impact, Zbyszko announced that at Final Resolution, Raven will have another opponent. If he won the bout, he guaranteed a future NWA World Heavyweight Championship match. So, anyways, let's get on to it. Let's get to the show already. I know there were 4 storylines I had to get through, but trust me, I'll get to it anyways. Yeah, there's 2 pre-show matches. They put them on the actual play menu. Like if you want to start the event, they just put the 2 pre-show matches, which they should have put the pre-show on a own selection on the menu when you watch it. So yeah. Anyways, the opening match. Those 2 were pre-show matches, by the way. I'm not gonna talk about the pre-show matches, but the pre-show matches were Team Canada defeating Jay Lethal, Ken King, and Lance Hoyt, and LAX, the newly formed LAX of Conan and Homicide defeat the Naturals. But anyways, so that you know why. The reason I'm not rating the pre-show matches, they're not gonna be overall rated. But anyways, let's get it on. So we begin. Don't worry, there's not gonna be a timer. So don't worry. Anyways, okay. Let's get on. Alex Shelley, Austin Aries, and Roger Strong defeated Chris Sabin, Matt Bentley, and Sanjay Dutt in a really good opening 6-man match to get the crowd go. And yeah, it's 6.5 out of 10. That's how another newly formed team, more so of a rebirth team, basically. The James Gang, aka the New Age Outlaws of Kip James and BT James, defeat the Diamonds in the Roughs, Illa Skipper, and David Young. Yeah, you know who's gonna win this match. It was a decent tag match, I thought. The James Gang were gonna win this, obviously. Yeah. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Say, your future, and the tag team champions of the world. Yeah. 4.5, I'm being generous. We all give our mods. I give a 4.5. But next up, AJ Styles defeats Hiroshi Tanahashi. I gotta say his name right. I think you know who's gonna win because AJ is representing TNA, obviously, but he was for Mr. TNA for the third year in a row, and then Shane Moore blinds him and took his plaque. That comeback to honor him because he was gonna hit AJ with his plaque, but AJ's plaque basically. He ducked though, but yeah. And then after the match, Shane Moore took his plaque back, and then they had that match on Impact right after this pay-per-view. They had a streamer which AJ lost. Yeah, 7 out of 10. I gave it. Now we have the Raven. Now Raven, he beat PJ Palago, Joseph Credible. Well, PJ Palago because they can't say Joseph Credible because WWE owns the right to he's Chris K and Chris Cannon, and now he faced Sean Wolfman in a no disqualification match. Ravens rules, and if he loses, he has to leave for 3 months after this. But if he wins, he has a future world title shot. Yeah. I thought Raven was gonna win this at the time, but then when Shawn won, I didn't think it was gonna be true. But this was a good match. But I don't think Shawn Woolman should have won, honestly. And thanks to Larry Sabisco. 6. I hate this feud, but it finally completed at Victory Road when I get to July of this year. Up 2006, I meant. Anyways, Byron defeats Ron Killings, the current 24/7 champion. Because they show a video package of Ron Killings beating him twice, and then Byron won the third time the charm. That's why this match happened. It was okay for what was a 5, but then Conan interfered and cost Ron Killings the match. Then BG James said, "We have a family reunion here," and then Homicide beats, and then Conan beats him, and Ron Killings didn't do anything, and then kept BG James or Kip James. BG James gets beaten up by Conan and Homicide, then Kip James saves BG. God, I bit my tongue. Sorry. Anyways, next up, Abyss defeats Rhino in a fun match. I think their next month match against the Losses is a lot better. These two beat the hell out of each other, and Abyss wins with the Black Hole Slam on the chairs. 6.5 out of 10. It was fun. It was entertaining. And Abyss, want monster indeed. You'll win the world title at Genesis 2006, but I'll get to that. Next up. Now, this was a great match. I give it a 7. The finish killed it for me. Team 3D and America's Most Wanted. Now we know. Team 3D said they won the ECW tag team titles, the WCW tag titles. Yeah, you won it in the Invasion angle, not in WCW. The WWE tag team titles. And I didn't want to win the NWA tag team titles, the NWA/TNA tag titles. If there's ever a time to give Team 3D the tag team titles, this should have been it. What happened was Team 3D did the Doomsday device, the reverse 3D. James gets put through the table, and then the powder spot. Rudy Charles saying, "No, you can't use the powder." Brother Ray, sorry. Blinds all 3 down 3D. 1, 2, 3. So they won the tag titles, right? No, Team Canada interferes, beats them down, and then I forgot which member put Chris Harris on top of Brother Ray, and Rudy Charles thought America's Most Wanted won the titles. They will win it at Lockdown 2007 and that. Oh god, what was it? Electrifying cage match. 7 out of 10. I wish if that bullshit finish didn't happen, I would give it an 8. Yeah. Next up, Samoa Joe defeats Christopher Daniels. This was a brutal match, but it was a great match. I give it a 9 out of 10. Match of the night. As obvious, this match ends by XHL throwing in the towel, and this leads up to Against All Odds. But Samoa Joe remains unbeaten. Kind of like Goldberg was in WCW until his streak, Samoa Joe streak, ended at thanks to Kurt Angle when he 9 out of 10. Then the main event. Oh, by the way, they were doing the concussion angle. Mike Tenay said he saw Bret Hart's career or concussion hit by Goldberg. Yeah, that's a show. Starcade 99. We already did the 99 series. Anyways, the main event. Yeah, Samoa Joe basically muscle bust Christopher Daniels on a chair. But anyways, the main event. Christian Cage and Sting defeats Jeff Jarrett and the Alpha Male Monty Brown. 7 out of 10. Great to see Sting and TNA right here. See, there he is. Pointing the bat. They did a similar color with this, but he's holding the bat. But this match was good. And it was a good thing to have Sting come to TNA. He quote retire. He will come back 2 months later. And then who comes to debut TNA? I'm not going to spoil you. Who was it? Overall, Sting, gets the bat and destroys Jarrett. Gets the arm with the bat. Scorpion Death Drop for the 3. And Sting and Christian Cage wins. Final resolution, overall, I give it a 7.5 out of 10. If it wasn't for that ending to the tag titles and Raven losing, I would give it an 8. But 7.5 is a good overall rank. So, coming up, we're going to stay in Florida, but we're going to be in Miami, Florida. Royal Rumble 2006. Spoiler cover and Against All Odds. Yeah, this is a spoiler cover. Look. Christian Cage won the World Champion. Spoiler cover. Catch you next time for another 2006 year in review for the Royal Rumble. And spoiler cover for Against All Odds. Bye-bye.